Having some technical difficulty over here. Hang tight because for some reason it wants me to do this portrait, and I don't want it to be portrait. I want it to be landscape. So, hold on one moment. This orientation locked. Do you see it landscape over there, or do you see it
Yeah.
portrait over there?
No.
You see a portrait?
Landscape.
Okay.
No, I see a portrait. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't want me, even though on my phone, let me look at my settings again. It did tell it to turn. I guess we will be doing this portrait.
Oh no, we're set. It's bad.
There
Look.
we go. There we go.
Babe.
Yes, my love. I know, I just fixed it. I guess we're just going to be portrait today.
Okay.
Instead of landscape, because I can't get it to turn around for some reason. And I did it on my phone. Hi, Renee. Having some issues here. Let me try one more time since I unlocked it from my phone. Nope, it says orientation locked. Please rotate. All right. It is what it is.
It rotated again.
I know, I just put it back. So.
What if you move the phone?
I did.
Oh.
That's what I did. I think it's because when I originally scheduled the live, I probably did it this way. So it got set like that. So let me come on over there and join you. I gotta disturb this beautiful baby. Unfortunately, I gotta disturb you.
Hi, Grace.
Come on over here with me.
Ernest says, I love technology.
Right? You know, the very, very first time we did a live, I didn't know. I basically had more or less the same issue. And I think it was Mary with the Adele Campers that said, hey, on your phone in the settings, you have to click it for it to rotate. And then YouTube would recognize that it's rotated. So we were able to do that. And it's worked ever since. But today, for some reason, it's just not working. But we'll figure it out. I think I may delete the scheduling that I did for after Texas and reschedule it just in case I did the same mistake and scheduled it as portrait.
So how are you guys doing today? What's going on in your neck of the woods? What's the temperature? Please share the temperature. I'm always interested in that.
Hi, May. So, Grace, I'm not familiar with where you're at. I know Renee is in the mountains. I know May Buttercup is in the mountains. Where are you located? I can't log into my computer. That's going to be my next excuse of why I can't go to work. I'm sorry. I can't log into my computer. I think that's a good one. So I guess we'll get started. Today's is basically a recap on our stay in Mississippi, what we loved, what we didn't love, and setting the expectation for Texas.
77 is nice.
California!
You're in California, Grace? What part of California, if you don't mind saying?
And if you do, it's okay. We totally understand and respect that. We don't like sharing our location in real time either. We had a creepy guy show up in Orlando once that said he recognized us and knew we were there and just came and knocked on our door. It was so weird.
77 is nice, Renee. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah.
77 and sunny.
It's a good middle point. If it wasn't for Starlink, we would not know what to do.
I'm considering Starlink.
We are. We run into a few issues with T-Mobile.
I just found out that they offer a refurbished unit, and that could be like several $100s less than the new one, and it has the same warranties. So I'm really considering that. Renee's in PA.
Oh.
So what's the temp over there?
We really enjoyed our time in Kutztown, Pennsylvania, and Shippensburg. I like Shippensburg a lot.
Yeah.
Last time we were in Pennsylvania, the truck camper. That was cool. So Mississippi, you know, I really am happy that we stopped there because it's the first time we stayed overnight in a new state. So it was cool adding a new sticker to our sticker map. But I really like that Lou's sister was with us because it's always nice camping with friends or family, you know, being able to step out and having someone that you connect with. But I'm not sure I really loved my stay there. While the Boondockers was awesome and some of the places we went were nice, maybe it was just the time of the year. The weather wasn't the best. And then also we arrived on a Saturday. The next Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday and she wanted to stay in. So then the next 5 days we were in Mississippi were weekdays. And I work Monday through Friday. So our time of exploring was super limited. You want to go down, baby? Was super limited. So we didn't like really do anything big, like going out on a hike, exploring any state parks or anything of that sort. So I would like to go back and explore a little bit more in Mississippi, maybe not necessarily Biloxi. What do you think?
I'm not listening.
She's just responding to you guys. Accommodate myself.
I have no real expectation about Mississippi at this point.
Uh-huh.
I think Biloxi is probably like the best place I could have been in because it's coastal. And I haven't really done any research with Mississippi. Number one, because there's no Thousand Trails there. And number two, because it's a scary southern state for me. And that might be very close-minded of me. But yeah, those are like my thoughts about Mississippi at this point.
Yeah. So obviously all the vlogs and reels, Lexi's trying to jump on the dinette and she's struggling. You got it, baby?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I wonder if I should get up and just give her a boost.
Yeah. It's okay, baby.
I'll be right back. Let's help this baby. You okay? You
The tripod's kind of in the way.
Yeah. Come here. Ven. Ven, gordita. Come, baby. You walk to the other side. There you go.
Okay. What is scary?
I might as well adjust this.
Renee says, "What's scary?" Well, camping therapy's here. Hi.
Hi, Doreen.
For a person like me that looks like me, some of the southern states and some of the more interior areas, I feel weary being in those areas.
There's still a lot of hate crimes.
There's been quite a few hate crimes reported in the general sort of southern states. Not to point them out, specifically, but bigger places like even in Florida, if you go like outside of the big state, the big
metropolitan cities,
the big cities like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa. When you go outside of those big cities, there's always some type of animosity that usually happens. So having experienced that in my own home state, I'm weary of certain places.
Yeah. But as you saw, we did do a couple of things like the Mad Potter Museum. I actually wasn't interested in doing it, but when Lou's sister's husband, Craig and Chado, had recommended, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna jump on board and do it. But you know what? I am really happy we went there. It was really cool. Like some of that pottery was so unique and just different and fun, scary, cool. Like it was really interesting to look at. Not to mention a bunch of other of the exhibits that were there. One of them was basically empowering like women's clothing that was like historical points in time. I guess empowering us and us getting our rights and stuff and seeing what they wore during these different times. That was cool, seeing that fashion and those clothes. Was there anything in the O'Keeffe Museum that stood out to you?
I really like the architecture, the outside architecture of that museum, and I also like the local artist part.
Oh yeah, the place upstairs.
Yeah, those were my two favorite parts.
The beach obviously was really nice. We stopped and ate. Her sister's request she wanted, because obviously we went out to a nice restaurant for her sister's birthday, also Valentine's Day, so it was double celebration. It was a really fancy, nice place called Mary Mahoney's Fine Dining. And I did a short on YouTube, reel for Facebook and Instagram. And it was nice, but I kind of wish we would have gone. There's like some shacks on stilts, restaurants. Nah, I shouldn't call them shacks. They're restaurants, but they kind of look like old beachy shacks on stilts. And that's more our vibe. We're not so much of like fine dining. It was a cool experience, but if we go back, I want to go to one of those places on the beach. I already forgot their names, but I'm sure we would like remember and recognize it once we're there. Those were cool looking, right?
Yeah, that's kind of like my vibe. Kind of like Key Westy.
Yeah.
You know? Like even if they're a chain, if they look like, you know, like a little shack or like when we went to Hudson Beach.
Oh my god, that little dive bar right on the water.
It wasn't a bar, it was
Well, it was a bar and restaurant. Yeah.
And it's like one of a kind. So like if we ever wanted to get something to eat that they provide, we could only get it from there.
Right.
And I kind of like that. That's sort of like
the scallops there were to die for.
the type of stuff I like.
Yeah, we're like that. We like dives, diners, just one of a kind type of places. Not that Mary Mahoney's Fine Dining isn't.
It is, yeah.
We're just not upscale type of gals. It's nice every so often. So
it's necessary. That was necessary because not only was it my sister's birthday, but it was her anniversary.
Yeah.
And it was Valentine's Day. So everything sort of like groups for her together on one day. So going out to like a fancy place really makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. A little trifecta celebration.
Renee says dives are awesome.
Yes.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, they are. They're a lot of fun. And that's really it for Mississippi, because really all we did was hang out on the beach, go to some shops, eat, and go to that museum, because again, like I said, I did work Monday through Friday, and then we have Super Bowl Sunday, which we stayed in for. But I was really excited to finally leave Mississippi because we were heading into Texas, which this content now begins on Wednesday. So tomorrow, the first vlog, which I'll go ahead and tell you guys in advance, is actually going to be a tour of the Thousand Trails, Columbus, Texas campground. So that was our very first Texas stop. And we got to stay there for 2 weeks. Even though our membership allows us to do 3 weeks, we try to keep everything at 2 weeks and under, because this is a really long trip and we want to try to be back by Thanksgiving. So I didn't book any 3 week stays. So 2 weeks, very much welcomed after being in Mariana. Boondockers welcome, being in Biloxi, Boondockers welcome. And then from here, between here and Texas, we did a Cracker Barrel overnight. Snyder, Texas?
Yep.
Snyder, Texas. A one-nighter. But I hope that you guys really enjoy all the content for Texas. Just to kind of give some little sneak peeks. We stayed in 2 different Thousand Trails campgrounds for Texas. One is going to be in Columbus, and then the other one is going to be in Whitney. I like them both, but I think I like Columbus the most. Columbus.
If you start telling them about Texas.
That's true. Well, I want to kind of, yes, okay, you're right. So don't give too much info.
Then the next live, you won't have anything to say.
Well, no, because the next live is a recap of Texas and then a set expectation for New Mexico.
So if you tell them about Texas now, what are you going to tell them next time?
True. But what can you expect for us from Texas? We're going to take you on a concert. We're going to take you to eat. We're going to take you around campgrounds, obviously, and neighborhood drives. What else did we do? I don't even remember. We went on a hike? Yes, we went on a hike. I think. So what's going on over there that you're like chatting away so that I can answer stuff?
Camping therapy wanted to know if we were still full-timing. I said yes. She said, I meant to say, are you still loving it?
Yes. Which is really funny, Doreen, because when we embarked on this lifestyle, we decided the first couple of years was going to be stationary. so that we can get all of our finances in order. We didn't want to hit the road with any debt. And so we stayed stationary for a little bit. And then when we started to go full time, I was gun ho. We're gonna full time 12 months out of the year. And Lou was like, I kind of want to do 6 months in, 6 months out. I was pushing for 9 months in, 3 months. I mean, 9 months out, 3 months in. And she wasn't like 100% with the full timing all year round. And now 2 years into it, I'm the one like every so often saying, hey, let's go ahead and settle down for a few months out of the year. And she's like, why? Let's keep traveling.
Well, it's not affordable to settle down. That's my number one pet peeve is that if we sign a lease, we would have to sign a lease for a year to get a very affordable monthly rate. And so it's not affordable
right
to stay somewhere full time. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, I have high anxiety on travel days. I hate travel days. Some days are good, some days are better, and some days suck. I mean, that's just it's life.
True. It's true.
It's life, you know. I mean, anyone that puts out there that traveling full time is nothing but, you know, rainbows and butterflies,
no.
I think is lying.
Yeah, there's stressful days.
I'm always looking at the finance side of it, and so I prefer to stay 3 weeks at every campground that we can. Number one, it's again becomes more affordable, less gas. You get to know the area, which I like. I don't like vacation mode. I live here, so I don't like vacation mode. I don't like rushing through like every stop and get on and let's go to the next one and let's go to the next one. I don't like that feeling. I'd rather stay 3 weeks, completely chill, get to know the area. While I'm sitting, I'm saving gas. So really going to an RV park and signing a lease for 6 months, or for the shorter the lease is, the more expensive it becomes. So if I do 4 months, which I think 3 months would be ideal to get everything, you know, in order, it's more expensive. It's going to be anywhere between $700 and $900 or $950 a month. We don't spend that much on gas to travel. So right there, it doesn't make any sense. So when Angie says that, no, I want to stay on the road, and she thought I would like to be able to settle somewhere for 3 or 4 months. Don't get me wrong. I would love that.
Yeah.
But it's just, when you look at the numbers, it doesn't make any sense. So for me, settling would be going back to Florida and hitting up, you know, the 3 campgrounds that are 3 weeks stay, which are Peace River, TTO, and Three Flags.
Right.
That's, you know, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. That's good enough. You know, they're short drives. I'm in my home state. I have more access to everything. And so I would consider that sort of like a stationary type of living.
Right.
But financially, it doesn't make any sense to stay anywhere permanently at this point.
Yeah. And then obviously having the encores, because there's over 30 encores in Florida too that you can just add on 2 weeks in between them all if we want to extend our stay. And that's what we've basically decided is winter's going back to home base, Florida. And then throughout spring, summer, and fall, we would do different travels. We already have our next trip planned, so you're going to have to stay tuned for that one, season 9.
So, I'm sorry.
Yes,
let me address some of these things.
Okay.
So Grace says, I did go on a cross-country trip from Cali to Florida a couple years ago. The barbecue in Texas is amazing. Agreed. We've hit up some barbecue in Texas, and it is very good. Yeah. Very different, but very good.
It is different.
Renee, we take back roads, less stressful. See, I disagree with that. I prefer to be on the highway than on a back road. And so the sense behind that is that on the highway, I have access, provision, anything that I need. A tow truck is easy to get to me. Gas is easy. Food, any stops that I need to make. If I'm on a popular highway, I feel more comfortable than if I'm on a side road.
Right. I do agree with you. I like the back roads because I like travel on the roads, less travel. You're gonna see more things. You're gonna be more isolated. You're gonna probably see more wildlife, further away from properties. I like that, but I also kind of agree with Lou. I kind of want to feel safe too. Like, is AAA gonna find me faster on the main highway than back here?
More than likely, you're going to have data, you're going to have service
Yeah.
if you're on the highway.
Yeah.
At least for us, that's been a constant. Than if I'm on a side road. If I'm on a back road, there's a lot of gaps where I have no service.
Yeah, it does give us a little X.
And so because traveling from one point to the other is my biggest form of anxiety, being on the highway sort of like alleviates some of that. Camping Therapy says, I like my bed at home and my recliner, plus my camper doesn't have a bathroom.
Totally cute camper. If you haven't seen it, I have to show it to you. It's so cute.
So we do have a bathroom. It's not a big bathroom, but it does what it's supposed to do. It has a shower and a toilet. I miss my recliner at home. 100%. I'm with you on that one. As a matter of fact, I feel like a little tear for me.
Oh my God. No, hold on.
Over the recliner. Anyway, Quartzside. Yes, I've looked at Quartzside and the prices there are amazing. But again, I don't know that I want to be in the desert. And also the prices in Quartzside, Arizona versus provisioning food, things like that in Florida are quite a big difference.
Yeah. Dude, the groceries are so much more expensive.
Renee, we spend $100 a day when we travel to get to a destination. As in gas, you spend $100 a day. Is that what you're saying? For gas, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I try to keep it under 300 miles a day. It doesn't always work out. And it depends on where you're at in terms of gas prices.
Right.
I don't know what the gas price is right now in Florida, but we're without revealing where we are. I assure you that it's at least half of what we're paying right now. Grace, my lease is up in June. I hit the road full-time July 1st. My game plan is to stay. My game plan is to stay 1 month at the same location if possible.
Awesome.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
If Thousand Trails allowed a 1 month stay, I would take it each and every time.
Yeah.
100%.
Our membership gives us one out of the year, like one add-on week.
Two
add-on weeks. Okay, so if we wanted to stay a full month, we would pay $29 for that 4th week. And I think we're missing out on it this year because I don't think we're going to be able to use it before high season starts, and we can't use it for high season. And only because, again, I want to make it back before Thanksgiving. So we're going to end up losing those 2 weeks. But yeah, we did it last year.
Yeah. So Camping Therapy mentioned, and I know about this. I have there's another place also where you can stay unlimited year round for free. So she's saying BLM land, $180. Yeah, that's a long-term visitor LTVA. I forgot what it stands for. But that's like no services. I mean, you have trash and you have a pit toilet, and the rest is up to you. So you have to be prepared with solar, and you have to bring water in and out. You have to dump.
You can drive out to dump. Yeah.
So not exactly what I'm looking for.
She wants full hookups.
Yeah, I don't want to sit somewhere. I mean, we boondogged for
10 days consecutive.
12 days.
Oh yeah, because we did a Cracker Barrel and a Walmart before and after, so 12 days in total.
We did 12 days. We're not prepared. We don't have solar on the roof. I do have a Jackery, an 8880 Jackery, and I do have a solar suitcase, and we do bring in water and stuff like that. But includes a dump station. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I've looked at it.
You drive out of your site to go dump, unless you have a Blue Boy, of course.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of that. There's also, I think it's called Foreman's Mesa or something like that in Arizona. And it's BLM land, and it has a limited stay year round, and it's free, not even the $180.
Hi, Melody, that's okay.
So yeah, I'm aware of those opportunities, but I'm not looking to be stationary in that way.
Yeah. She wants full hookups with the amenities of a campground.
We.
You know, yeah, totally we. I want to make sure that I have good service for my job. Obviously, I would probably prefer it to either be coastal or even surrounded by mountains because I really, really New Mexico was my favorite state. Arizona is not my favorite state, but depending where in Arizona, because that Cottonwood Sedona area, I'm absolutely 1,000% in love with. Um, so that's probably the only sacrifice I would make for a desert because our skin is just not dealing well with this dry heat. Us being South Floridians, I didn't realize how much my body misses the humidity. Like our nose is totally cracked. We have to like rub petroleum jelly or Vaseline in it every single day because it literally hurts. It's raw in there. So the desert is not being nice to us. Gotta like lather ourselves layers and layers of lotion. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. Hi, Mel. How are you? Say hi to Lou for me. Yeah, so yeah, basically the LTVA, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a cheap way of going, and it gets jam packed in the winter. I know a lot of Canadians also use the
Yeah.
LTVA. There's two in California, I think, or
Mhm.
one in California and one in Nevada. I don't remember. I have a whole list of things like that from the research that I've done, and it's a good opportunity if we want to do some stationary boondocking. You know, I think it's also like $40 for 2 weeks. If you want to stay for 2 weeks.
Yeah. We've definitely talked about it, and it's also a good plan, like in terms of if and when the truck camper build is done again, then we can always leave the RV there and we can do explorations with a truck camper
Yeah.
and not pay for storage or get in trouble with Thousand Trails for leaving it unattended.
I'm not
So
sure
that's
that
a
in
good
those
place.
areas I would leave the truck as
Really?
storage. I'm not sure that I trust
The RV?
leaving the RV for long periods of time. Maybe
Really?
like a couple of days I would do it, but not more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Lexi has a heart problem, and
Yeah.
so she cannot be in the heat. There's no way that we can boondock with her under any circumstances if the temperature is really any higher than maybe the low 70s,
Yeah.
because she starts panting right away, and it's a big struggle for her heart.
Yeah.
So we always have to be conscious of keeping the RV temperature controlled for her.
Yeah. The three of us, Lucy and us, we can totally handle it. But Lexi, I mean, we probably have another year, couple years with her. So we want to make her time as comfortable as possible and not put more stress on her heart, which is just gonna bring down her lifespan even less. She's my baby, and I want to have her with me as long as possible.
She takes daily medication twice a day to sort of explain it a little bit better, that it is, you know, a serious condition that we've kept at bay for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so like keeping her in a temperature control environment is extremely important.
Yeah. She does really she loves adventures. She's 15, but she still runs and plays. But yeah, if she gets a little overheated, she will let you know. She can't. Now she's comfortable. She's laying on the dinette, sleeping, enjoying the AC.
Did you guys lose us? Because my screen is spinning.
Oh no.
So
yeah.
If you guys could let us know.
I'll go check my phone also. See if there's anything on it.
You can let us know.
Oh, I see here all of our buyers though. This is high back. Imperial is in.
Can you let us know if we're still there?
Let's go see.
Still on.
We're still on. So it's just the computer that's spinning.
Thank you.
I'm gonna still see what you guys see.
Fine here. Okay on my end. Everybody's good.
Yeah, it says live, and I still see it here. 8 people in here. 4 thumbs up.
What's going on, Mel? What's going on? What are you guys up to?
No, I don't think you guys are in Florida anymore, are you?
I can hear you, but don't see you.
Uh-oh. I don't know what to do. What should I do?
Just stick around. I'm sure it'll resolve itself.
I see ya.
Simple
Let's
life
see.
seeker. I see ya. Thanks for
Hi,
chiming in.
thanks for coming. You kind of missed the recap of Mississippi, and
You can watch it back.
but you can play back, of course, if you want to see the recap of Mississippi, and then the setting expectations and what to expect for Texas. Lou kind of cut me off and then let me finish saying everything. But there will be 2 campgrounds in Texas that we're taking you guys with us. 2 weeks each. We are going to a concert. We're going to eat out. We're going to hang out in different cities and bring you along with us in those cities. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we did 1 hike in Texas. I kind of feel like we did. Yeah, we absolutely did. It's actually a historical site too, which is cool.
Mel says you're fuzzy, but we hear you loud and clear.
Thank goodness for these mics. My
Okay.
goodness gracious. Those 30 days of cooking vlogs have really taught me to charge them every time I use them because they died on me so often while cooking, and I didn't even realize it. So now I've gotten in the habit of like, as soon as we're done using it, I plug them in. Pumping out the videos.
I've been here for a while. Love, just been quiet. It's a travel day for me. Oh, does anybody here like not like travel days?
Ours was yesterday.
I need a little bit of like conversation about this.
She wants to vent a little bit, or
I don't want to vent. No, I'm just looking for like-minded people.
Yeah.
I saw a video. Actually, there's a lady on IG. Her name's her
handle.
Yeah, it's called Slow Roamer.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with her. It's hilarious. She has an older, I think it's a Class C, maybe a 1987, 85,
Ooh.
something like that.
Virgil, I love travel days.
Love to drive.
But he's not a full-timer, so I get that.
I like driving. I really do like driving. I do. Melody doesn't like travel days. Me neither. Simplify. I love
travel days. You do.
Yeah. I don't. I'll tell you. Let me share with you my problem with travel days. It's not traveling. I don't care about the travel. It doesn't bother me in any way. I also don't like flying. So let me put those 2 together so you can better understand. So it's not that I don't like flying. It's that I don't like falling out of the sky when I'm supposed to be flying. See, that's the whole conundrum. So like, if you can assure me that I can go from A to B without dropping out of the sky, and I know the odds, I know all those, you don't have to go through that. I know it's safer to fly than it is to drive. I get it. Anyways, so driving, the same thing kind of happens. We have a 21-year-old truck, which in this trip has experienced some challenges. And so like my driving anxiety is not the driving, is not the towing. It's is the truck going to break down between point A and point B, and how is that going to transpire? So that's really my problem with travel day.
She's gotten a lot of love on this trip. She's gotten a new AC. She's got some new suspension.
Suspension.
What was it that we did in the front end?
Nothing has been done front end.
Okay. I could have sworn we did something. Was it at Pep Boys?
Nothing has been done.
Okay, so what love did she get?
AC.
That's it?
Yeah. She got an oil change. She got the AC, and the trailer got the suspension.
Oh, the trailer got the suspension. Oh, the other work is still pending. You got the quotes for it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be done in the next place, the next campground. So there's something else.
I love travel days as long as he drives. Buttercup. I get bored riding and don't like heavy traffic. Agreed. Camping theory. I have to go to get my camper from storage and take it out to get new tires. Only 15-minute trip, but still have to hook up and unhook. Not enjoyable. Yeah. Especially for like doing stuff like that. Renee, same here, Lou. Yeah, simple life seeker. I'm in a converted van though, laughing out loud, not a travel trailer. All good. You still have travel days. You still experience
You still have secure
mechanical
things. Yeah.
mechanical issues.
And
Those are my problems. I love to fly. I'm a retired airline captain.
What?
Cool, Virgil. The more I know about you, the more I like you. Takeoff are optional. Understood. Landings are mandatory. Understood. Understood. Vans are a little simpler. Yes, they are, but they're still mechanical. My point is mechanical.
Yeah.
I don't care about towing. Once I hook up, I don't care. Even hooking up, I have a process that I do, and I don't do it all the same day. I start the day before, pick up everything. I leave everything ready, and so when I get up, because I'm not a morning person, really I only have 3 things to do, and that's unhook the electric, the sewer, and the water, and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's really not a big deal. My problem is if I experience mechanical problems on the road, what is this going to look like?
Yeah. I mean, but that's our choice, obviously, right? Because if we wanted to, we can like go ahead and throw a deposit down for a truck and finance it if necessary. Not that she's like, deposit, what are you talking about? We can. I can designate some of my paycheck towards that. But anyways, we don't want to. We do not want to invest into getting something new right now because it still works. We're going to drive this baby until she cannot drive anymore. And just, it's cheaper to do the repairs at this point than it is to buy something new.
Grace says, okay, Lou, I'm with you on the flying. I love the takeoff and the landing. I love the landing. My favorite. What I can't wrap my head around is how does the plane stay in the air and will it and give done a lot of flying. I'm terrified the whole time. And like I said, I know the statistics that if you flying is safer than driving. But see, I can have several car accidents and survive them for the most part. But one plane crash, I'm done. So there's that, there's that statistic also that should be considered.
So throwing something out there that you guys probably don't know, but this one, as big as her fear is for flying, took flight lessons to try to conquer that fear.
I did.
And no, it did not conquer the fear.
No. No. Because, a Cessna, any of you that know, Virgil will know this. A Cessna is like flying inside of a 1976 Volkswagen. The doors are like an inch in thickness, the window is like right in front of you. The noise is overwhelming. So it wasn't a good idea. Camping therapy said, Buttercup, AAA is good to have, but if you break down, they don't tow the trailer. We have Geico, and they tow the trailer and the car.
Yeah.
So it's not about that. We have, we have, steps put in place. It's just having to deal with that, like in the middle of nowhere. Now I have to wait for the tow truck to one to take the trailer, one to take the truck.
Yeah.
Where am I going to have it repaired? It's like, that whole situation. And again, since the truck is 21 years old, she's extremely reliable. Knock on wood.
Virgil says he'll take you flying.
Yeah.
And camping therapy, we've heard of Good Sam being cheaper. We just got a really good bundle with Geico. We've been with them forever. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat our quote with them just because we've had them for so long.
That's funny, Virgil. I have no idea what that means, but I find it really funny.
Great.
I don't know. Do you fly now, Virgil? Do you fly like Cessnas or small engine planes right now? Are you still doing that?
The PFM.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. I literally tried. I didn't get my 40 hours, in case you're wondering, Virgil, and I didn't get certified because really it was going to cost me more money in therapy to recover from the extreme fear every time I took a lesson than continuing to get the private pilot's license.
Oh my god.
Whenever I can. That's cool. Maybe no.
I haven't been able to convince her to go on vacation on a plane with me. We drive everywhere or take a cruise.
So yeah, so that's the deal. I don't know how we got into this, but yeah. That's the deal. Oh, me, I needed comfort from you guys that I'm not the only one that doesn't like. You're funny. Thank you. My son is doing a paramotor. My son is doing. I don't know what that means.
More is doing a paramotor.
Don't know what that is.
Paramotor.
I'm trying to convince May to buy a J3 Cub to fly here in the mountains. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
And May, you down for that? You don't mind riding? You're not afraid of it? And then Simple Life Secret,
I did try, May. I did try.
For not recognizing the name. Are you a content creator also? Do you have vlogs? Because we love watching van conversions. Don't know if you've shared that. I watch stuff like that on Instagram. You watch it on YouTube. But I do everything on Instagram.
Hilarious.
We did do a truck bed camper. I don't know if you ever saw that season. It was season 4 in the playlist. So we built out a camper inside our truck bed, and that's something to come again in the near future. So yeah, I'd love to know if you're a content creator, and if you are, let me know down below so that I can follow you and I can watch some of that content, because I like seeing those conversions. That would be so cool. Lou would watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, I watch a lot of YouTube.
I watch on Instagram. I don't watch YouTube that much unless it's cooking videos. I'm gonna be honest, I don't watch TRVers unless they're cooking something.
Oh, okay. It's one of those things, the paramotor. It's one of those things with a seat and a parachute with a motor in the back.
What?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
You have.
Have I?
You have.
That sounds really scary.
Yeah, that's quite challenging.
Sounds really scary.
I'm not afraid of heights, believe it or not. That doesn't scare me. But yeah, like I said, it's the not flying that I have a problem with. Grace, what's more scary, flying or learning how to make up on my new trailer? Right now, it's leaning to back up.
Backing up the trailer.
Oh, backing up the trailer.
Yeah, backing it up.
Oh no, flying, 100%. I don't even care anymore about backing up the trailer.
Yeah. My problem with Lou backing up the trailer is that she's too anal. Like,
I am.
You back it up, you're in your designated rectangular spot, you're good. But no, Lou wants to be completely parallel with like the line of the asphalt or whatever. It has to be like perfectly aligned. I'm like, doesn't matter if you're a little bit like this. You don't have to be like this. What are we doing? How about skydiving? I have no idea what that is, but you log in through Eat Sleep.
I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Just remove them altogether. There we go. Sorry for that rude interruption there in the chat. We went ahead and got rid of that person, whoever they are.
That's funny. That's funny. I don't usually comment, but I've been subscribed to you for years. Found you on YouTube when you still lived in the apartment.
What?
Wow.
That's a really long time ago.
That's so awesome.
Season 1 is why, I hate that season. The content.
That is so awesome.
So bad.
You should definitely say stuff. Come on now.
I have no clue, Renee. Did you notice Lou? She's like, taps me to look over, but we went ahead and just blocked him from the channel.
Not sure what's going on. It looked pretty weird.
Yeah. What did it say, Mr. Steam?
Mr. Stern?
Mr. Stern, Mr. Steve. I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah.
I think that's our first show.
I think his keyboard may have gotten stuck. Maybe that's what happened. Should always give people the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay.
So Simple Life
So-
Secret name, if possible, can you share your name?
Yeah, what's your first name? We know everybody here by first name basis because
Aww.
for us, you know, we're like a community. We really like connecting with you guys and chit-chatting with you guys. And then when I go on Instagram, I'm like, hey, May requested this and Renee said that. So
Oh my God, Renee, I love that. See, you understand, right? So when I back in, I don't want to be that person that's like all like, you know, like like weird situated. I want to get the trailer, you know, in the position it's supposed to be in.
she drives me nuts.
So it takes me a little while longer because I look at the site and I imagine, okay, that's how it's gonna go in there, you know. And then I go back and I go, is it straight? I tell Angie, this is how I want it. I want this over here and that over there. She says, okay.
Okay. So I stand on one side. And I'm like, yeah, to the passenger side. Yeah, to the driver's side. Okay, you're straight. And she comes out and she looks at it on one side. Then she looks, babe, I'm not straight. Come over here. Look over here. Well, from the angle I was standing in, it looks straight. But then if I go and look at the other side, yeah, it's not straight. So whatever. You're inside the rectangle, you know, the asphalt spot. So then he starts figuring it out and does it on her own because I can't do anything straight. Yeah, no. We have somebody. Oh, that's her name. Felicia.
You get it, Renee. Thank you. Thank you. I so appreciate you. I really do. Yeah, so it takes me a little while longer probably because of that. I used to care about the whole peer pressure, you know, like I'm backing up, everybody's looking, everybody's watching. And then Angie'd be like, no, nobody cares, nobody's watching. And then I figured out everybody cares and everybody's watching because when somebody goes to back up, no matter what I'm doing, I drop whatever I'm doing. I will admit it. I drop whatever.
Running out of the bathroom.
I drop whatever I'm doing and I look outside because I want to see how they're doing it. I want to see how they're backing in. I feel like I can learn something, you know, okay, so that's how they went about it.
Lately, it's like, oh my God, he's worse than I am. Or, lady, why aren't you guiding him correctly? He told you what he wants to do. She's sitting here. It's so funny. One day I want to like prop the camera and just record her like saying everything that she's saying while watching them. I think that would be a really funny reel. Oh, we have somebody named Jason. Hi, Jason. I thought you said to share if we had YouTube. I misunderstood what was going on. Oh, because Simple Life is in a converted van, and I was curious if she was a content creator. So for her to share with us, letting us know if she's a content creator, because I was curious to see her van conversion. But yeah, I feel like we met you or knew you from when Blue Wave Odyssey was doing their lives, right? It was either Blue Wave Odyssey or Donovan and Jody that we met you at. But yeah, if you're a content creator, I feel like you are. I don't remember. Let us know to make sure that we're following you.
I'm so worried we will end up in a Facebook group showing us. Oh, Mel, you're hilarious. I can't imagine that Lou is not anything but an expert backing in.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah. And I have a feeling Lou's just as anal as you are. He needs to be straight also. Everything has to be perfection.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Renee, one guy actually stood right at the edge of our site and watched. I turned around and said, if you're going to watch, grab a beer. Oh, we did Uber together a few years ago.
That was so long ago.
I've been following you guys for a long time.
Cool.
Thank you.
I don't know why I associated you with one of the other lives.
Yeah, so
awesome.
in regards to Renee and the guy watching, I don't remember if it was a previous campground. I want to say it was a previous campground. I literally saw somebody walk out of, they were on the opposite lane that we were at. I literally saw him come out of his rig, go around, because he was on the edge, go around, come to the next street over and stand in front of where these people were backing in. He literally just got out of his rig, went around, stood there like that. And I was like, is this man really doing this?
Yeah.
At first I thought maybe they know each other. No. He literally crossed his arms and stood there and looked at him. Let me tell you, I would have had choice words for that man.
Can you imagine? That's horrible.
I try to stay calm and friendly and polite, but then I don't have a middle point. I'm one of those weird people that doesn't navigate in the middle, in the gray very much. And so that's a problem because I skip the gray. And in situations like that, when I skip the gray, I can be very sarcastic. And yeah, that wouldn't have gone well with me.
Yeah. Lou is like the sweetest person ever until you cross the line. You don't want to get on Lou's bad side. You really don't.
So that was a cross-arm guy too, huh? It must be a thing. It must be a thing.
Oh, man.
It must be a thing.
That is messed up. Like, mind your business, dude.
Yeah, that's totally unacceptable. Completely unacceptable.
Your first time backing in when we went stationary. Oh, God, what was his name? What was her neighbor's name? Bart. I was going to say Bruce. Bart. Really nice guy, but obviously it was our first day we were moving in and we didn't know him. Came out and offered to back up for us. He was like, no, I got this. I'm never going to learn if I don't do it. He insisted one time, she again, like, no, it's okay. And then finally after that, he's like, you know what? Just have a Snickers bar. You're going to be here for a while. So that she can learn. But it turned out to be funny, and he turned out to be a really nice guy anyways. But it was, maybe at first it was a little obnoxious, like have a Snickers bar, it's going to be a while. But it was funny.
I mean, Bart had that kind of sense of humor anyway. He was an interesting fella. He used to collect like junk, like metal and junk and leftover pieces, and I guess take it to the dump and get make money like that. So if you can get more like an idea of the type of person. And then he had like an old truck, but he was extremely friendly, always willing to help. He had weird invitations every so often because we were both on corners, opposing corners. He was on this corner and we were on this corner, and sometimes I'd be outside doing something to the rig and out of nowhere I'd hear, hey, want me to make you a drink? And I'd be like, no, thank you. All right, let me know if you change your mind. And I'm like, all right. And then you would hear like George Michael playing in the background, like totally like I would have expected some like death rock or something, but no, it was like George Michael playing in the background. And it was like, this guy is like so uniquely odd, but yet so funny at the same time, almost like an SNL skit.
Yeah. No, I think he'd also, besides being a scrapper, Renee, I think he would also like find things or buy things and fix it.
Yeah,
and I think his little Mexican friend that would come over had like swap shop type of deals.
Yeah.
So he'd give it to him to go sell it at the swap meet. So yeah, definitely interesting guy, but very to himself. He wasn't loud or an obnoxious neighbor or anything of that sort.
No, not at all.
No, and very polite towards us,
Yeah, he was just, it was a very unique personality. You couldn't piece them together, which was great. It was fun.
It's awesome.
So we've got 5 minutes left, guys, to the end of this hour. Let's get everything in before then because I'm feeling kind of hungry.
Lou made pasta salad yesterday and it is so good. If you guys want her to share how she made that recipe, I'll buy those ingredients again. I know most of the cooking videos is me cooking, but Lou cooks sometimes too. Tell her down there to share her pasta recipe with you guys. It was so good. And that's what we're gonna have now because it was enough.
I can't cook for you guys because I don't know measurements of anything.
That's all right. I don't measure. Do I tell you guys a tablespoon of this, a teaspoon of that? I know it. Look, this much. Yes, share.
What did you do for Cinco de Mayo? Nothing.
So we have Cinco de Mayo in bed. You'll see I posted a short of what we ate here on YouTube, and I also did the reel on Instagram and Facebook. We basically ordered out. It was a restaurant near the campground that we were at. that had like $5 birria tacos, 2 for $5, and $5 elotes. And with that, we ended up getting a loaded nachos and a loaded quesadilla and brought it back to the rig. And we ate in bed with a huge can of Modelo that Lou felt super intimidated by because of its size.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't. I don't drink that often, and then she brought me like a gallon size. I was like, what were you thinking? Because there's no way that I can drink this.
I downed mine. I finished it. And then I wanted to go to sleep. So yeah, the food was pretty good. The quesadillas I found were okay. Like it had way more jalapenos than meat.
The quesadilla was great. The
The
tacos were
quesadilla was
great.
great. It was loaded.
The chips.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The nachos.
You said the quesadilla.
Oh no, sorry. The nachos were.
Yeah.
The quesadilla was awesome.
Are you still doing intermittent fasting? I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do intermittent fasting every day. I really do anything between 14 and 18 hours at this point. And I'm gearing up, trying to psych myself up to just do one really big meal a day. And the rest will be fluids. I drink a lot of fluids anyway. I drink a lot of stuff like coffee, water, grapefruit juice, tea, lemonade. I drink my calories.
Caffeine-free Diet Coke. She's addicted to that.
I drink my calories, so I'm slowly inching my way into like one big meal a day, and then just fluids the rest of it.
Yeah, I am too. My hours are probably not as long as hers, although really to think about it, it probably is the same because I stop earlier. I'm not a night snacker, whereas she's a night snacker. So because I cut off earlier, huh? You haven't been? You haven't been eating your cheese at night lately? Okay. She's usually a night snacker.
It creates too much havoc.
Yeah. And then I'll break my fast sometimes earlier than her, sometimes not. Sometimes I break my fast at the same time, 3 o'clock, 2:30 or so. But sometimes, especially when Aunt Flo is around, I'm hungrier faster. So I break my fast sooner. So, but I don't think it's any earlier than 12 hours and definitely any longer than 16 hours. So I'm typically closer to that 14, 15 range.
Yeah, I'm not snacking at night because it creates havoc. These two like see me grab a slice of cheese and they're willing to like fight to the death for it.
Yeah.
So in order to avoid that, I've not been night snacking. So it's not a bad thing. Well, that's a lot. We started 16:8.
Okay.
I have trouble with missing my American coffee with sugar and creamer. Yeah, I drink black coffee all the time. I always have. So I'm lucky that way. And also, I've reduced my caffeine intake tremendously. I used to have 3 cups of coffee a day, caffeinated, and drink Diet Coke. So now I have 1 caffeinated coffee. My first coffee of the day is caffeine. My next 2 coffees are decaf, and then the Coke now is decaf as well.
Right.
So I've decaffeinated myself severely, and I think I'm sleeping well because I'm sleeping better because of that.
I do want to tune into your coffee thing though, because when we did like strict keto, I stuck strictly on black coffee, and I too did miss my creamer and my sweetener. And as time progressed and I started doing more lazy keto than strict keto because we had been on it for so long and I already knew what was okay for me, I learned, which there's a lot of debate with. There's some people that say yes, some people say no, but as long as your creamer isn't more than 50 calories, which really that's 1 tablespoon of the heavy whipping cream is 50 calories. So if you stick to that, you should be fine. As long as it doesn't go over 50 calories, it doesn't really break your fast. I would add 1 teaspoon of my sweetener that was like 0 across the board, because obviously no calories, and then that tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and I was fine. I did that one time. I didn't do all my coffees that way. So my first coffee was black, and then my second coffee was the treat with the sweetener and with the creamer. And I don't feel like I broke my fast until I ate later on that afternoon. So if you want to try that, just keep in mind, don't let it go over 50 calories. So that's a tip.
It's 2:01, guys.
That's a wrap.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your comments.
Mhm.
We love spending time with you guys.
Yes.
And we will see you next time.
Yep. Tomorrow's vlog is the Thousand Trails Columbus, Texas review and tour. So check it out. We loved that campground. It was really nice. And we will see you in June when we leave Texas and start entering New Mexico.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a great one.
Let's come over here to turn this off.